All right, well, 2025 Beta X Pro 200 RR. If you remember a while back in the off-road world, 200s, everybody made them. They were a great backbone for the off-road community. They stopped making them. KTM stopped making theirs. We're still kind of scratching our heads why. This is Beta's brand new chassis. They made a lot of updates to these bikes, gave them a new name with the X Pro. It's carbureted, key and carb, kind of standard edition key and carb, Brembo clutch components. It's got Nissan brake components, front and rear, Sachs suspension, an all new look to it. It's got optional mapping from a good conditions and then I would say some slippery conditions. Been testing this bike, some USW testing for some new gear and some brand new CD boot testing. So we're doing a lot today. We've been riding all day long. First impression for me on this motorcycle is I love it. I absolutely love this motorcycle. It's got power when you need power. It's got a bunch of low end, just like a throwback to the old 200cc trail bike days. But unlike those bikes, it doesn't just come out of the hole really good and then fall flat on its face on mid and top. This thing will go. Feels like it's got about as much mid and top as what a standard motocross 125 does. Maybe a little bit less. It does kind of sign off a little bit early, but man, it's got really good response and that key and carb is definitely doing its job down low. It's really responsive. Like when you want to get out of something right away, especially right out of a corner, you'll see on the video of us riding, it kind of comes out of a corner and we'll jump up, and it's on the soft side suspension wise, the Sachs suspension. The fork got an upgrade this year. I believe it's lighter than last year. For me, I'm not the target weight of this motorcycle, so the suspension is definitely on the soft side, but it's got a really plush feel. There is a couple times where I could feel the front end bottoming and the rear end bottoming, but I'd rather have that than have it too stiff for the trail. Like I said, a little on the soft side, but really good action. There is some other stuff that you could do to probably make it a little bit better if you stiffened it up, or I didn't mess with any clickers. I just rode it and I had a blast. It's got some of the stuff that is a little bit tough for us to get used to, like the Maxxis tire on the rear is not a tire that we normally use over here. It's got a higher profile. It's more of a balloon type looking tire. They use it a lot over in Europe. So it does bounce a little bit in the rear. I think a lot of that is the tire. tire just kind of bouncing around. You know, a lot of the stuff that it's got a little onboard computer from Beta. It's got some of the controls like the starter button and the stop button are on the same thing on the same side. You know, that's kind of cool to where they're on the same side and they're easily accessible. And then it's got turn signal stuff just like what in high and low beam lights. I think it even has a horn on it. And that's stuff that kind of come from the European market. The chassis on the bike feels a little bit compact. And when I say compact, I don't want to say cramped. I think for the taller rider, it will be cramped. I believe that the seat height is a little bit lower than previous versions on this newer chassis, but the chassis does feel really compact. For me, I liked it. It was low, compact on the trail. I could maneuver it around wherever I wanted to. A taller guy might be a little bit cramped. It does have adjustments on the triple clamp to be able to move the whole bar mounting system forward. So that's kind of cool. It can kind of give that guy, if he does feel a little bit cramped, he can move it out a little bit. But overall, I'm impressed with this motorcycle. I like the power. I like the handling. I wish more manufacturers would make the 200. There is going to be a full test on this bike in an upcoming issue of Dirtbike Magazine. Check back on our website, dirtbikemagazine.com, for that full test. And if you want to watch some other videos of other off-road two-strokes or maybe some off-road four-strokes, hit that video thumbnail now and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of the latest videos that we're releasing, because we're releasing stuff all the time. Talk to you later.